Hi, hello everybody. Today is December the 9th, and as always, we're going to tell a pain story. This pain story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into what something happened to our life and how we can create and manifest our dream life in a very social way. So, are you ready? Let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now, there is a dog inside the room. I want to wait this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably sleep, lick or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct, the dog or the human? The answer is both correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, but for the human, this one is a pen to read. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson, both are correct. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table, and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Oh no, it becomes, it's not a toy, it's not also not a pen, right? So it becomes almost nothing, and the actual wisdom comes from as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Vishnu Guru applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with a revenue of $215 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? So let's go back to the page story, okay? So this thing, it come on the table where there is no human, no dog. It come back to choose something called the emptiness. But as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time. What does this thing become? If there's still a pen or chewing toy, or or not, almost nothing, or become two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing where there's no human, no dog, nothing to interact with. We come back to choose and we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not nothingness, it's not blackness, it's not no feeling, no thinking, it's just itself, but there's no human, no interaction with anything else. But then in reality, we always interact with someone or something. So we always have the potential to become, something special or something for someone or something. Okay. So that is our potential. So the second lesson is along with the emptiness, we all have limited potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself in the drawer or anything in this entire universe, we have to see if what is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So that's our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is lesson number 3. So we all agree this pen is coming from your mind, right? So I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to believe this one become a diamond, okay? So please play with me. Diamond, 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 diamond. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a diamond, but not a pen, a pen? There are certain that on my that the action wisdom God has come. When we see something, the city is open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by 3 ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially toward other people when we try to help other people. So, for instance, I'm going to hold on to this and I said, the pen, you like to have this pen. And when my friend say yes, please, I was so happy to give this to my friend and I hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this palm open up and both me and my friend will see it, The story will be more clear. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has already planted into my mind. And I pop up open and cover this and made a seed for what had been planted into our mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen becomes a pen. Anything so around us become what and who they are to us. In the pen story, there are several meaningful lessons to learn over four different lessons. The first lesson is both rocks will learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a passionate heart. And with this, I try to remind myself that whatever happens here, I should always listen to myself first, try to understand myself, respect my choices. Because by then I'd be able to be best friend of my friends who are real and be a anchor for my whole self. And like that I'd be able to do the same thing to everyone so they spread the understanding as well as the happiness in the relationship. The second lesson is allow the things we all have limits potential. So trust the potential, trust the potential of your words or things around you, and trust the potential of whatever happened to you. And I think it's very important for us to actually acknowledge what we truly are first before we be able to see what our potential to anyone and things. And in order for us to acknowledge what we truly are, which is the emptiness, we have to really listen to ourselves, understand ourselves, respect ourselves. And when we do that to ourselves, well, other people, they will be able to see what other ourselves truly are. And that is when you be able to see the potential in each and every individual's anything too. And then the the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us. We don't blame anyone because at the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind. And it's actually quite important to connect lesson number two and lesson number three is that, when you have something in your mind, if you keep constantly working toward it with your action, your thoughts, and your word, and then and your word to other people, then that is when it's going to become your reality. So the thought has already been there. You see the potential. You want that potential to happen, right? But then, in order for you to to make that thought become that potential become the reality, you actually have to work into what that potential using your word, your action, your thoughts to other people. So and then it's gonna eventually become your reality. That is actually lesson number four on how we can create and manifest our dream life. So first knowing what we want, which is lesson number two, seeing the potential in everything. And then lesson number three is that we start planting those seeds using your word or action and thoughts or people. Say we want to have a happiness, then we plant the happiness seed using our word or action and thoughts or other people. People to be happier. If we want to have prosperity, then we use our word or action and thoughts to other people, helping other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want, you have to make sure that you plant those seeds to what other people have, helping them to get that very seed, and that is the way that the seed get planted into your mind and eventually become reality. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is every single day now, I think that being persistent, moving toward the direction that you with a really good mindset, okay, with a good heart, good mindset, and be persistent is the key for you to overcome any kind of difficulty or challenges. And a lot of that actually coming from my child is something I just realized now. So whether that challenges is something very, very difficult or is or it's just a small tiny thing, it's all about how we think about it, how we look into that, how we perceive it. And so being able to give us to have a positive mindset, to look at all the challenges, the problems as a new horizon opportunities for us to learn a lesson, to get better, to learn a new skill, or is yet to have success is something very, very important. So that is something that I actually, when I listen to and read book, the pen story today, that is something that echoing me, is that when you be able to have that positive energy to perceive the problem become the opportunity, that is when you actually overcome the problem already. So thank you everyone for listening to me today. Thank you everyone for coming me this 2000-day journey. And if let me share with you the pen story of my lesson is something good. I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, to my neighbors, to any living beings in this world and the other world, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye, everyone.